Hi guys, and welcome to this episode of Cake. Today we're making the oh so popular Marshall from PAW Patrol. Stay tuned. Hi guys, and welcome back to this week's episode. I haven't made a cake in a while because I've been super busy this summer, and unfortunately I'm coming back without showing my face because honestly I don't have a tripod at the moment, so I can't really record myself. So next time I'll be sure to get on that. But today we'll be making Marshall from the popular show PAW Patrol. Marshall is the fire pup in the show, so we're making a super easy version of him today wearing his firefighter hat. To start making Marshall, we're going to do what we always do first, level your cakes and shower them with simple syrup. I then filled my cakes with vanilla Swiss meringue buttercream, gave them a crumb coat, final coat, and then threw it in the fridge to cool. I have an entire video on how to do this that you can watch by clicking on the I above. I didn't use my mat today, and you can see that instead it just turned into a massive icing sugar mess. But sometimes I like to just switch it up and do it the old-fashioned way. Now that we have a basic white cake, time to start making it actually look like Marshall. I started by making the hat. I went through a lot of different ways on how to do this. There's a lot that I could have done to make a firefighter hat. But because I wanted to make this cake super easy, I settled on the easiest way that I could think of. So I cut out a circle of red fondant and placed it right on top of the cake. I then cut out a strip of red fondant and covered the edge of the red circle with it, lining it up as straight as I could and straightening up the edges with a knife. Then start making all the little pieces that make up Marshall's face. I started with the mouth area, making the shapes as basic as possible. I made a rectangle with rounded edges for the back of the mouth, which is like his beard area. I made half moons that I cut in half for the eyes and glued them on both to the cake. For the actual eyes, I made two rectangles, rounding off one side of each with my circle cutters. For the center of the eye, I cut out two light blue circles with a smaller black circle in the middle. I then used my edible blue marker to make all the lines around the eyes to make it stick out a little bit more. I then placed them on the cake and added little white catch lights to the eyes in white fondant. To make the snout area, I rolled a really thick piece of white fondant and cut it a circle with my cutter. I cut off the bottom edge a little bit to make it straight so that it leans up against the board, and used my small spatula to make a straight indent line down the middle. I glued it onto the cake with some water, and then with my Dresden tool added a few little freckles. Then of course I had to add a black piece of fondant in the shape of its nose and little black stripes for its eyebrows. Now it's starting to look like Marshall. Now to go back to the firefighter hat. I tried this in so many different ways, but the only way that I could actually figure this would stay was with toothpicks. So I rolled out some red fondant into a strip and put it around the same size cake pan that I used for the cake and let it sit for a bit so that it would hold its shape to be the rim of the hat. I put toothpicks all around the cake right beneath the red strip so that the fondant could sit right on top of the toothpicks. Just make sure if you're making this cake for someone else, they're aware of the fact that there's toothpicks in the cake and that they remove it before eating. You don't want a kid accidentally getting a toothpick in its mouth while they're eating it. That would be really bad. Now to make it look more like a rounded hat, I simply made a flat piece of fondant to stick right on top of the hat to make it seem like the whole hat is rounded. Then I just went and added all of the little details, including a yellow line, some red circles, and of course the PAW Patrol logo. Oh, and don't forget to add ears and little black spots. After all, Marshall is a Dalmatian. And that's it. This is a super easy way to make Marshall from PAW Patrol, much easier than making the entire dog, that's for sure. If you like this cake, please give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to watch my other videos by clicking on the thumbnail. Please subscribe to my channel, and I hope to see you guys next week. Bye!